Some things just need to be done face to face. That's why Poland demanded an explanation from Russia after Russian missiles entered Polish airspace on March 24th, causing the NATO member to activate its F-16 fighter jets. It was Russia's third big missile attack on Ukraine in just 4 days, and the capital, Kyiv, was also targeted. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Poland summoned the Russian Ambassador Sergei Andreev. A diplomatic summons is a message in itself. It's part of what some see as diplomatic theater. But the twist here is that the Russian ambassador didn't show up for the performance. A summons is a way for a country to show its displeasure. How and when the summons is issued even allows you to interpret how much displeasure. Is the ambassador summoned in the middle of a major holiday, called back to the capital? Is the summons issued outside of business hours? Is the summons shared with the press before the embassy even knows about it? At the meeting, the issue is discussed, and usually a written document is handed over to the ambassador with the understanding that he will communicate the issue back to his home country. None of this happened in Poland. The Russian diplomat ignored the invitation to the ministry. And if this is a diplomatic theater, this is where it becomes clear that the audiences are very different. Ambassadors are summoned for the domestic population, to show people in Poland, in this case, that a line had been crossed, and the Polish government is communicating that in the most direct way. But also, as a NATO member, this summons is also a formal documentation of what could have been an Article 5 triggering instance. For the Russian ambassador, whose key job in a country is to be diplomatic, his actions didn't really improve his relations with the receiving state, Poland, which is normally the whole point of his job. His actions were also for his home domestic audience. Diplomats can refuse a summons, but they risk consequences. Everything in diplomacy is based on reciprocity, and Poland could revoke the ambassador's credentials, and he would have to leave his post, and he was willing to risk it. Russia's state news agency reported that Andreev considered it pointless, and he refused to visit the Polish Foreign Ministry because of this. In November 2022, there was a similar situation. A missile struck Polish territory near the border with Ukraine, that time killing 2 people. 9 months later, an investigation confirmed that it was an air defense missile fired by Ukrainian forces at an incoming Russian missile. Russia's ambassador is likely basing his actions on this situation, question legitimacy, and to control the narrative. And this theater is for audiences in Russia and everywhere else. I'm Dr. K, a political scientist that looks at how information is shared. And that includes how diplomacy is used to share information and communicate.